The internet. We all go on it. We all use it. Whether it be for research or for entertainment, we all find ourselves on the internet every day. When you type something in the search bar, have you ever thought about why certain websites show up at the top? Or how this gets decided? Well, this doesn't happen by accident. When we search things on the internet, the sites that are linked the most show up at the very top of the page. Using a term coined by Hinman, he refers to this as a Googlearchy, or a rule of the most heavily linked. He goes on to explain first that the sites with more links will receive more traffic. Second, Hinman discusses how for every clearly defined group of websites, there will always be a small group that receives the most links and the most traffic. Finally, he suggests that this dependence on links should make niche dominance self-perpetuating. In other words, the sites that are most heavily linked will attract more links, more eyes, and more resources with which to improve the content. Meanwhile, sites with few links remain ignored. This doesn't seem fair, does it? Well, it's not. It's a never-ending cycle. Things become popular because they are popular, and stay popular because people keep going there. This gives other smaller sites a lesser chance of becoming popular because these other sites are staying at the top and people keep going there. This can be demonstrated by the long tail in which 20% of the sites are getting 80% of the views. Sure, the internet makes it easy for almost anyone to put up a website, but this fact matters little if few of these sites receive many visitors at all. Additionally, the most viewed websites tend to be those with already persistent offline presence. These sites are run by institutions with financial means and offline influence. It also just so happens that these elites are all similar: educated, white, and male of the middle to upper class. This means that there's a very small amount of people's voices that get heard. The elites get to speak and have their viewpoints be heard by a majority of the audience, while everyone else's viewpoints sit unread in the background. If it's not already hard enough to get a wide range of viewpoints online, we add in a concept called filter bubbles. This term is described by Eli Pariser in a TED Talk. Throughout this video, he discusses how there has been a shift in how things are happening online. On Facebook, for example, everything that pops up in our newsfeed is tailored towards the things we have clicked on in the past. This means that you are probably not seeing the most recent thing, but instead you are seeing what Facebook thinks you want to see. This, in turn, leads to users that are only seeing things they are comfortable with online. People's views are becoming very narrow and they are not exposed to different ideas. Google does this too. There are 57 signals that Google looks at, including what computer you're on, where you're located, and what kind of browser you're using to personally tailor your results. There is no standard Google anymore. Two different people that search the same exact thing can get two completely different results. The internet is showing us what it thinks we want to see, not what we need to see. This is a main problem in today's culture because people are not able to develop and debate ideas by looking them up online. They may only see one side of the story or only view a small number of related sites. This also brings up another problem because many people are not even aware that this is happening. It doesn't seem fair that these algorithms are what are deciding and filtering what we see. In Chapter 2 of Sunstein's An Analogy and an Ideal, he worries that the consequence of this increased convenience is the decrease in the set of chance encounters with diverse others, and also the consequence of the decrease for democracy and citizenship. I see this as becoming a big problem because we no longer have to leave the house to look for a new pair of boots or a book. We can buy it all online. And this leads to less interaction and conversation between people with different viewpoints gathering in the same place. A person's views just keep getting narrower and narrower because they don't go out and interact as much. And also, when they are at home, their searches on the internet are very specific to things they already know or are comfortable with. It is a snowball effect that results in citizens not being aware of what is going on outside of their small bubble. So what can we do about this problem? One thing you can do is log out of your Google account when doing a search so that your results aren't based around what you have clicked on in the past. Another option is to look up alternative viewpoints because sometimes it is good for us to see things that are challenging and uncomfortable. To avoid filtered searches, you can try using the search engine DuckDuckGo, which doesn't track you. A final solution to stop ourselves from becoming so narrow-minded is to go into public and buy something instead of ordering it online. Interact with other people and hear them out for their viewpoints. Ask people in a store for recommendations rather than looking for reviews online. All these things are steps closer to us getting away from an isolated state of mind.